How you doing, people? Welcome to Raymond's Tires. My name is John. Just want to let you guys know we're open 7 days a week. We've been in business for over 15 years. Our hours are from 8 to 7 every day. The only day we close is Christmas Day. Flat fixes start at $10, balancing $10, used tires $25 and up. New tires, if you purchase all four, you get everything included, mounted, balance, wheel alignment, everything. Customer service is our #1 priority. If you come to our place and you don't have what it takes to get done, we will give you the service at no charge, because customer service, again, is our #1 priority. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Joey B, the captain, Mike McSee here on a Sunday morning, bright and early.
Sunday morning, right before the game.
We're in studio. We're going to do a little similar to the NFL Game Day show.
Yeah.
We're going to bang out the results quick and what we think is going to happen today, and you guys can see if we're right on, because the games have not started yet.
No, they have not.
And we're ready to go. Okay, so let's start now with the championship game, the first championship game, which is the 8-on-8 Goons versus the Kodiaks.
Yes.
Mike, I think both teams come out of tougher games last week than they thought they would have.
Yes, they did. Kodiaks, close game with them. Had to go into overtime. Lost the lead, basically. They were up 20-6 at halftime. Warriors fight back. Overtime. Heartbreak for the Warriors, dropping the end zone. Touchdown. Kodiaks go on. Goons, very surprising, they were down 10-0 within 5 minutes into the game. Again, they fought back. Boom, boom, boom. Came down, took the lead, held the lead. There we go.
And both those games. Let me go back to the Goon game.
Okay.
When the Warriors got that into overtime, they had a drop pass, wide open touchdown.
Yeah.
And then on the following play, two receivers run into each other in an area that was wide open over the middle that would have resulted in a touchdown also.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking for them. It really was. And that was a great game. I almost didn't want to see it end.
Yeah, it was going. It got that intense.
It did. Because from the beginning of that game, they went down. Warriors went down 14-0 quickly.
Sleepwalking for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Sleepwalking for 12 minutes.
Down, arguing, yelling at the refs, yelling at each other, getting just... I thought it was over. I thought it was just one of those games like, this should have been great on paper. And here we go, snooze fest.
You know what? We could talk about this happened and that happened. Bottom line is the Goons got the job done, won the game.
Right.
The Bulldog against the
Bulldogs-Goons game.
Goons game. It is early, isn't it?
It is early.
I really thought that the Bulldogs had a chance to take control of that game early.
They did.
Score an opening touchdown.
Yep.
Pick off a lateral. First and goal from the 1. They settle for a field goal, but if you punch that in, it's 14-0. To me, that changed the entire complex of the game when they didn't get that touchdown.
Only down 10-0 early in the game. Okay, we could do this. Down 2 scores after a turnover like that, I think that would have been a punch in the gut to the Goons, and it would have been hard to come back from that. But they did.
And the Bulldogs' credit, they fought on, but I still believe that was a big change in momentum in that game. Not being first and goal from the 1.
First and goal from the 1.
You got to put that in.
And they had an opportunity inside 2 minutes there. Dropped interception right there. Set them up. And where that interception was, if they didn't even gain a yard, they could have kicked a field goal, and it would have tied it up, gone into overtime. So that was
two good games.
2 good games. Yes.
2 good semifinal games.
I got to say, hats off to the Bulldogs, man. They really.
They rallied really without Oscar and without Alfredo. But once again, injuries are part of it.
They are.
The Goons got the job done. Championship game today, Kodiak's Goons. I tell you what, to me, it's a pick'em game. I can't pick a winner of this game.
It is. It's a pick'em game. You got 1 versus 2. It looks like the 2 teams that should be here are here. 2 great teams all year. They're probably first and second in a lot of the statistical categories that we do. And you may be right, pick 'em game, but I think we have to pick one here.
Well, I'll tell you what then. I got a feeling that the Kodiaks are gunning for the Goons after what happened a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-point game, Kodiaks.
I'm going to go pretty much the opposite way. I pick against the Goons all the time, especially in championship games. I always pick against them, and they always prove me wrong. So this year, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to go with the Goons.
1-point game.
1-point game.
Can't do better than that. Okay, moving on now to 6-on-6 flag. We're in our semis this week. We have the Blazers against the Bruins. Let's start with that game. Bruins come off a pretty easy win over the New Breed, 32-6.
Yep.
Probably one of the most unspectacular 32-point score game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. It felt very slow moving. You know, there wasn't a lot of plays. It seemed Bruins jumped out early, and then they were just, let's take the clock down. Let's just get out of here.
And the Bruins defense put them in a position to score 32 points.
Yes, they did.
You know, the defense in the game, I know we don't talk about defense too much in 6-on-6, but we've been talking about Dobble and Ryan all season long, but there are other parts of that defense that play well, but they seem to be the key.
Yes.
And
they're in the middle, those guys.
32-6, New Breed, another solid season, but can't get over the hump.
Yeah. And looking at the Blazers side, they had a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but you know, they won 20-6, I believe it was, over
Yambi's team that was missing a few people.
Yeah, it was missing some people, which was actually very surprising. I thought this was going to be a great semifinal game, and it turned out to be pretty easy for the Blazers to push
once
their will.
again, and ironically enough, it was the same two guys that were missing from the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It was Alfredo and Oscar.
Yeah.
But again, you know, the other team, the Blazers are not responsible for injuries on the Yambies.
No, they are.
So they show up, they play, they win the game, and they're in a conference final.
There we go.
You know, so
Once
good
again.
for them.
Once again.
Okay, so
I'm going to go Blazers. I like the way this is going to be a great match. I think both teams have great defenses. I believe they were maybe 1-2, maybe were 1-3. They were top 3 in defense this year, both in the top 3 in offense. So this is a great matchup. This is almost like it should be a finals matchup.
It could be.
Like a finals, not just conference finals. I'm going to go Blazers. They like to go big. They like to go deep. And they'll jump out on you quick. Bruins, they'll grind it out on you. We've seen them down. We've seen them have to come back a lot. Will that have a role in this? Are they a little more tired? Whatever. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going Bruins. I'm
Game,
going to tell you why, though.
game.
I'll tell you why I'm going Bruins. The Bruins really play I don't know if you want to call it ball control. They don't go deep a lot.
No, they don't.
They work the ball down the field.
Right.
Now, Lane is a big play quarterback.
Yes.
He doesn't run as much as he used to.
No.
Okay? So, you know, is he going to come out with the mentality that, okay, the Bruins are going to hold the ball for a long period of time, I got to get on the field and score quick.
Right.
Now, you know, that kind of mentality, if the Bruin defense can cover that, if they can cover it, it could be a long day for the Blazers.
Yes.
So, I mean,
we've seen that. We've seen the Bruins do that to this team. We'll see.
I'm going to go Bruins in a ball control offense situation for the Bruins.
Okay.
Which is crazy in 6-on-6, but
It is.
the other game, Cobras versus the Bears. And you know what? I think it's time we recognize the Cobras.
I think so too, man.
Look how long it took.
Yeah.
A really great win against the All-Stars.
Great win against the All-Stars.
First team to beat, and this has been said, first team to beat the All-Stars prior to a championship game.
Yeah.
They had never lost.
They've always gone to the championship.
They've always gone to a championship game. So Cobras
They
with
didn't even make it out of the conference this year.
Yeah, true. But Cobras beat them with a big play with
They
12
did.
seconds left.
Yep, and they still had to get that extra point.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
win. They
To
just
win the
tied
game.
it
It
up
was
right
just
there.
tied to get- they just
very
tied it
exciting
there.
game. Very high scoring. Very, very high octane game. That was a great game.
You know, and then
we had great games.
So
last year.
and you know, the contact on the last play. It's, you know, again, I don't think that you want to put the games in the hands of a ref in that situation.
Right.
They both went up for the ball.
They did.
You know, they both tried to make a play on the ball. It came out to Cobra's favor, and that's it. And again, to the All-Stars' credit, I haven't heard anything about it.
No.
I haven't really heard a lot about it, but hear more about it from other people
Yeah, right.
than you do from the teams that were involved. So Cobras win. Bears, relatively easy time with Code Red. Now, that gonna help the Bears because they didn't have to play hard, where the Cobras really had to play hard.
They really had to play hard
To beat the All-Stars. So,
You're right.
I mean, you know, this is going to be tough, but go ahead. Well, me, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go Cobras.
Okay.
I'm going to go Cobras because I like their big play offense. They got big playmakers on offense. I think the Bears are a more grinded-out team. And I'm going just the opposite as I'm going with the other game.
Yeah, true.
In this
true.
game, I like the big play team.
All right.
I like the big play team, and then is the Goose going to show up and play quarterback today? It depends on the elimination game.
It does depend on
right.
They
so he could just
show
go
up,
right next door if they lose and play for the Bears.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of iffies here.
We do. But I like the Bears in this game. I like you said, they are a grinded out team, and I think a little more experience in this league is gonna show, and they are gonna grind it out, and they have a very active defense. So I think that big play is gonna be taken away by this defense. They're roaming all over the place. They got great athletes, a lot of speed, and a pretty decent amount of size up front. So I really think the Bears are just gonna, I don't want to say steamroll, but I don't think this is going to be as close as
I'm going.
the experts
I'm going
say.
Cobras. We're the
All right,
experts.
I'm taking the Bears.
All right, we're going to break for a commercial break, and we're going to break for. It is early, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back with the Touch, a tribute to Touch, and the 9-on-9. Right back.
As restaurants come and go, it is rare to find an establishment like Steve's Sizzling Steaks. Steve's has focused on excellent food, comfortable ambiance, and a friendly staff. Times sure have changed since Steve's first opened their doors, but what hasn't changed is the family atmosphere that makes Steve's so special. Open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Located at 620 Route 17 South in Carlstadt, New Jersey, or call 201-438-9677 for your reservation.
All right, so let's start with the 9-on-9, Mike.
Okay,
right now,
okay.
in a few minutes, actually, the playing game is going to start, if there is indeed a playing game.
We'll see. These two teams have had problems.
Yes, they
fielding
have.
Teams,
Yes,
so
they
it's
have.
really who can get 9 guys to the field first. I feel
Do
like
you
that's
know
what's gonna
that
happen.
we have a chance, it's a bit of a long shot, but we have a chance to crown a 9-on-9 champion that had 1 win during the regular season.
Yeah.
A little scary.
A little scary.
But that
Yeah,
playing
tweak it a
game,
little bit next season,
that
we'll
playing
get
game is the Diablos and
the
Shakers. Let's go on the hope that both teams have full squads. Who do you like in that game?
I don't know. I haven't really seen much from either one of these teams. They both had 1 win. A lot of the times they weren't showing up. This is just like I got to make my prediction almost on past accomplishments from these.
You do? Well, okay, so if you got, the Diablo quarterback situation. Robbie Lane will not be quarterbacking the Diablos.
Okay.
So my guess probably Pomo, if he's there.
Right, if he's there.
Yeah, well, listen, 2 full squads, I'm going Shakers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go Shakers too. I think some of the luster's rubbed off the Diablos, and they're in a transition stage, I guess is a nice way to say it. Again. And the Shakers are always that steady team. Come playoff time, they usually can always step
If they've
up.
got a full squad there, they got players.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's say the Shakers win, they got to play the Canes.
That's
in
a
the
tough
first
day.
semifinal game.
That's a tough day.
Back to back against
Just
the
because
Canes.
It's a back-to-back game, but the Canes are a little nicked up. Is Earl going to play quarterback this game?
Has to play quarterback.
He has to play. He's gonna. If he can walk out onto the field or hobble out onto the field, he's going to play because this is his team, man.
Well, Earl's going to be hobbled more on defense than offense, I think. Because you do a lot more things running around on defense.
He's their linebacker.
And he's the linebacker.
He's their middle, man. He's their roam back and forth. He's sideline to sideline guy. So this could have a huge impact. So whoever wins that playing game may have the advantage, even though they just played.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. I think the Canes have enough athletes.
Yes.
Don't forget, St. Peter's on this team.
Right.
I mean, I haven't seen him much all year.
They still got a short, the running game, the short pass game. I mean,
so
this is going to be interesting because we're so used to Wally and Earl at full strength and leading these guys, and here we go. Here's another championship.
If Earl can stand direct on offense, at least offense.
Right.
If he can stand direct on offense, factor in, I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now, and it's already 85 degrees outside.
I know.
So, and they're on the turf field. Ooh. So you factor in the fatigue element there. Right. I'm going to go Canes in this game.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with the Canes until I know they're nicked up, but the Canes are the Canes. They have the people that are committed. Hopefully this time they'll have enough. They don't. If they go into overtime, they don't have to forfeit on that. But I think it's championship time. These guys are going to show up. Like you said, they got a lot of athletes on this team. I'm sure somebody else can step in if Earl can't be quarterback. I'm sure they have a third option. that, you know,
That we don't know
Wally's
about.
Gonna
That
be
we don't
there.
know
You know,
about.
I'm sure Wally's going to be there coaching from the
Sidelines,
sidelines.
yep.
You know, Earl's going to be there no matter if he's playing or not, coaching from the sideline. So
Yep.
all that's going to still be there. I got to go with the Canes too.
All right, so now let's go to the other game, HOB and the All-Stars.
Interesting.
Very interesting, but again, you got to start with the quarterback comparison, right?
Yeah.
Now we
yeah.
talk about the Tano all the time. Has Pete in the last 3 seasons lost a semifinal game or a final championship game that he's been involved in?
Not in the.
I'm talking about it
9-on-9.
on the 9-on-9.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
And
You are right.
Flag B of 8-8, he won
Yeah,
a championship. So the guy can play in big games is what I'm
can.
getting at.
Right.
And so can Tatano.
Right.
Can play both. So you got 2 quarterbacks that can play in big game situations. Now, if you got the 2 quarterbacks that kind of cancel each other out, now you go to the other facets of the game.
Yep.
The All-Stars, a ton of weapons.
They do
A
have a
ton of weapons.
They do have a ton.
Again, you know, I always think that O'Connell is a big factor in any big game.
Yeah.
He comes up big in big games.
Yeah, well, he's 3 sides of the ball. He's your safety back there. He's your kicker, and he's one of your main receivers. So yeah, this is.
And Pete is a quarterback, a running back, and a coach on the field.
Yeah.
Nobody coaches a team better on the field
Right.
than Pete does.
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody.
You're right.
No disrespect to Tatano, but Pete knows his
Yes,
shit.
he does. Yeah, he does.
And if we call Tatano the cerebral assassin, then Pete's
Yeah.
the thinking man's guru.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? So they
Okay.
kind of like cancel each other
Yep.
out. But the bottom line is we got 2 talented teams on offense and defense.
Yeah.
You got 2 talented quarterbacks in big games.
Right.
A real close one. Who do you like?
I think I'm going to go HOB in this game. I think I'm going to. Something, I've been saying it all season, something doesn't look right with the All-Stars. It's just there's something not there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just their season to have get a flat tire. That's all I can say about that. But I think HOB is ready. They've taken that season off. I think they're ready to come back and show. And now I really think with the Canes being a little nicked up, I really think that it's HOB's.
Well, we'll be talking about that game next week.
Right, yeah, I think it's HOB's title to lose.
We'll be talking about 2 championship games next week,
Yeah.
and we're going to have a special dinner with the ACFL media at the end of the season for the winning teams. So this is a new touch. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
I like it.
Broadcast from one of our restaurant sponsorships. It's going to be a pizzeria, a golf course, or Steve's Sizzling Steaks. You know which one we're pulling for. But for me, I'm going HOB also, and I'm going HOB because they've been pointing for this game all season.
Yes.
I don't care how many forfeits there were.
Right.
I don't care what happened during the regular season.
They're here for
HOB's
business.
had this game on their mind from
You're
the
right.
beginning.
You're right.
So where the All-Stars now, this might be, I hate to use the word desperation in a rec league, but this is it for the All-Stars.
Yeah, this is
They
it,
usually
man.
have 2 or 3 championship games
Yeah.
lined up and they lose one.
Here
This
we
is
go.
it for them.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm just going HOB with the determination factor.
I do too.
They really want this game. They've been pointing for it.
Now, I'm sure they're thinking the Canes are going to be there too, so I know they want to.
Oh, well,
you know they want to take out the Canes to get this championship.
And I think you're going to have to.
You're gonna
Whoever, even if the All-Stars win the game, they're going to have to take out the Canes.
Yep.
All right, so we
right.
would be amiss here, Mike, if we didn't throw kudos out to the Bucks
Oh
for
yeah.
winning the touch chip.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Been a lot of scuttlebutt there about the militia looking for a new quarterback, but I
Yeah.
heard Jimmy has a lifetime contract with them.
He had a rough game. It happens.
Look.
Sometimes that happens. He's a good quarterback, though.
Yeah,
You know,
4-4 team to the championship game. You're doing something right.
Yeah, they were the 5th seed. This is his back-to-back. They went to the from the spring and the fall last year to the chip game. I mean, they can't get over that hump. But it seems like they're always there. So
Come on, Touch. Throw Jimmy a bone one season, will
Yeah.
you? He's a nice guy.
yeah.
Put on a few pounds, but he's still a nice guy.
He's so weak.
But anyway, congratulations to the
Congratulations
Bucks.
to the Bucks.
You guys had a great season,
Great
7-1.
season. Yeah, almost
Rolled
wire
through
to
the
wire. You know?
rolled through the playoffs. Old school injuries, some injuries.
Yeah.
A-team doing what the A-team does best in the playoffs,
That
forgetting
was
how to play.
surprising. That was because they had a great year.
Their
Hopefully
offense
number
was
2.
averaging, 30 points a game?
Yeah, they were.
And they hang up 6 in a playoff game. Really?
to the Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
To number 7 seed. That was rough.
To a team that came with 6 guys on a day where it was 95 degrees. So again, don't
Anything
know
can
what's
happen.
going on with the A team, but get it together, guys. We want to see them one
Yeah.
of these games sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
So I think that's going to take care of us this morning,
right.
Mike, on a championship Sunday in
Yeah.
one aspect, a celebration of a championship for another team,
Yeah.
and
Well,
two real great games.
two real great games.
to
Three
come
real
up.
great games.
Three.
I think the 8-on-8 is going to be a great
Oh,
game
yeah,
also.
you're right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a championship game,
That's
so
the
it's got to
championship
be a
game
good
and the 6-on-6 games, and we'll see what happens with the 9-on-9. I mean,
All right.
hopefully it gets a little exciting up there.
So now you get to see us on game day. We don't
Yeah.
know anything.
yet.
So we'll see how good we predicted these games.
Yep.
When we're up and the games follow us. So have a great day, guys. Stay cool, stay hydrated if you're on the field, and we'll see you next week.
All right. To the field.